Okay, how's it going? I've been so busy with school and life, and I've been very stressed, and I just kind of want to paint. I was thinking about doing like a Bob Ross inspired kind of thing, because I followed a Bob Ross tutorial once and I didn't like how it turned out. So that's kind of what we're doing today, except I'm not following a tutorial. I just have an inspo picture and hopefully it'll look okay. I have some paint. I'm gonna use blue, pink, and yellow for the sky, I think. I'm also using acrylic paints because I've learned that I hate oil paint. So it has been pouring rain so bad, and it's still pouring, and it was supposed to not rain today and it's raining, and I'm really upset about it. So that's how my day's going. Oh, you guys can't see what I'm doing. Oops. I'm just gonna focus this on like the very upper part of the canvas. I'm gonna try to get the sides because I never do that and then it bothers me afterwards. I'm gonna mix a bit of a darker blue to put at the very top. Add that and then I'll mix it together. This is kind of satisfying to do. It's been really starting to like set in that I'm graduating from high school this year. Or maybe I won't because I just failed an exam. It's really weird because I feel like 2020 really sounds like the future, but I'm also very excited. I'm not going to university. I'm taking a gap year, which makes me even more nervous because then it makes me feel like I'm doing nothing with my life. But I feel like a gap year would be good for me because if I went straight into university right now, I would drop out. I'm adding the pink now. I like kind of want it to be streaky and uneven because I kind of like that look for some reason. I also need to remind myself that I'm not trying to recreate the picture. I feel like that's my biggest problem with art is I'm trying to recreate something and then when it doesn't look exactly like the picture, I get really sad. So I just need to do my own thing and enjoy what I'm doing and not stress about making it look like somebody else's. I'm just gonna add a little bit of yellow and start mixing that in.
How do I make this look better?
The nice thing about acrylic paint is that if you make a mistake like I just did, it'll dry in like 30 seconds and then I can fix it. Oh, I have paint all over the floor. That's really nice. Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit of white, mix it in with more of the yellow, but I just want like a super like light yellow that almost looks white. Add that there and then blend that in so that it just looks like a little bright spot. So I'm gonna try to do the water now. I've never known how to do like water, so this will probably go really bad. Just gonna pull inwards. That's ugly, but whatever, it's okay. I'm fine, everything's fine. You know, this is not a tutorial. I'm not a professional. I never know what I'm doing. So it's okay for me to make mistakes. Are we on the same page with that? Thanks. Sick. Okay, I added more water and that helps. Do I love it? No. But I also don't completely hate it, so I think that's good. Whenever I film videos, I always stop halfway through. Yeah, I just stop halfway through because I feel like it's boring and no one's gonna like it. So I'm very determined today to continue to film this video the whole way through and not stop because you can never tell how a video is gonna turn out if you don't finish filming it. Added some white in the middle and I think that that made a difference that I like. Or maybe I don't like it, I can't really tell. I think now I'm gonna try and do some clouds because who doesn't love some clouds? Recently I learned that no matter how hard you try during the winter time to have good lighting, it's impossible because the sun's never out and everything always just looks bad. So for the clouds, I'm gonna do like a dark pink. I might need a little bit of black. Okay, they're gonna be like dark pinkish gray clouds, it looks like. So since this year is coming to an end, I think it would be fun to talk about this year. So this year was probably the best year of my life just because I met a lot of new people who I like actually like, and I also started doing really good in school because school has been a very interesting journey for me. People weren't very nice in high school or elementary school. I mean, elementary school was fine, but people from other schools were never very nice. And yeah, in high school, it really sucked. So in 9th grade, it started to get really difficult for me to go to school. Also, where I live, school, like high school starts in grade 8 and goes till grade 12. We don't have middle school here. So grade 8 was okay. In grade 9, things got really bad and I couldn't go to school anymore. Nobody really knew how to help me with that. We didn't really know what a good solution would be at the time. That was really rough because at that point I was just like a grade 9 dropout. Instead of people trying to figure out how to help me and stuff, it was mostly like, oh, get over it. Like, if you can't do this, you're never gonna get anywhere in life, which is not a very good thing to tell somebody because then you start thinking like, oh, well, if I can't do this and I can't do anything with my life, then what's the point? Which is not a good thing to think. So, you know, don't tell people with anxiety or anything like that to get over it, because that's not how it works. Eventually, after like not being in school for a few months, I started seeing a counselor slash psychiatrist person, I guess. And she was the least helpful person in the whole world. She was very sweet, but she did not talk to me about anxiety. Like, we never talked about anything other than the fact that she really likes cats. And then when we weren't going to see each other anymore, since she hadn't talked to me about anxiety, her idea was that I didn't have it. So she was like, oh yeah, I don't think you have anxiety. So then that created the question in my head of, if I don't have anxiety, then what's wrong with me? Which is also not a good thing to think. And seeing someone to talk about like mental health and all that can be so helpful and beneficial to people, but in my case, it just wasn't working because I wasn't willing to open up to anyone at the time, especially not a stranger. I would just never felt comfortable enough to want to talk to anyone about it. Grade 9 and 10 were pretty horrible because I wasn't in school and I didn't know what I was doing. But towards the end of grade 10 is when I really started like thinking about online school and when I really started doing it. Yeah, in grade 10 I started doing online school like halfway through, and I did it in grade 11. But since I was doing it online, I never left my house anymore, which is also not good. The moral of the story is I made a lot of bad mistakes, or nothing went right during that time. You know what I mean? In grade 11, I started to realize I don't have friends and I never leave my place. Like, I would go 2 weeks straight without going outside. I was also very paranoid at the time, and every time I did go outside, I assumed that every single person who's walking past me was about to pull out a knife and stab me, which is a whole separate issue. I don't know why I was so paranoid, but like, I really believed that for a while. I decided that I should get a job, and I had this like childhood dream kind of like being 16 and like working in a small coffee shop and having like my coworkers being my friends and all that, and like that was like my dream when I was in elementary school. My dad is friends with the owner of byeee, and basically my dad told him about how I have really bad anxiety and how I wanted a job but I like couldn't talk to anyone, and he was like, oh yeah, she can work here, like she belongs here, she's family, which is so cute. 1 minute, I'm fine. So basically the idea was I could try working on floor in the coffee shop, and if that didn't work, we'd find something else. But I ended up doing okay with working on floor, and I was able to talk to customers and I was okay. And then after a while, I very obviously became really good friends with all of my coworkers, and I started January 2nd of this year. So that was like the biggest change this year, and I think that's why this has been the best year of my life, was because I met people. I need water. I just spat water on the ground by accident. Oops. But yeah, I met people who I genuinely love and enjoy being around. And I also like have my YouTube channel, which although I post maybe like once a month, I still love it. And I love my 168 subscribers. 253 now. So yeah, the year like wasn't perfect. I still had lots of ups and downs, and like I still had problems with anxiety and stuff like that, but it's definitely been the best year of my life because I was able to do a lot of things that I never thought I'd be able to do, aka, you know, getting a job and like talking to people and like making friends. Well, I just realized I need to do the highlights underneath the clouds because the sun is setting. So let's try that. Baby upstairs is crying. I always feel so sad when I hear babies cry, but also it's really annoying, so maybe it's just anger and I'm confused. I don't know. I'm going to try to mix a color for the mountain. I'm gonna try to get like a dark grayish blue color. So I'm just gonna try to like smooth that out a little bit. Just gonna swipe that. painting is that your mind can just like wander while you do it. I'm just gonna take a bunch of white paint for the highlights and just mix it with whatever I have. Okay, that's definitely not perfect, but I think that that's the best I can do with mountains. So I mixed brown and black and a little bit of yellow and blue to get this brown color, and I'm gonna try to create a little like place for trees in the back here. I'm gonna use this very tiny brush here, and I'm gonna just make little trees, hopefully. I just wanted to once again put it out there that when I hit 10,000 subscribers, Brendan is letting me give him frosted tips. I'm just putting that out there one more time, okay? I just want to give Brendan frosted tips. That looks kind of ugly, but I think I'm actually going to take this greenish color to create some little land parts here. I wish I had my smaller, what's this called? Not a spatula, knife. Oh my god, my camera's about to die. I let my camera charge a little bit. Okay, I don't know how I feel about what I did, but it was the best I could do. But I'm basically gonna be covering all of this up with trees anyways, so I'm not very picky. Let's try making a tree. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit of white to some of the mixture, and I'm gonna go over and add some highlights. I'm gonna try and make a little bush here, but it might not work. I think I'm done. Wow, only took like 3 hours. I kind of missed the bottom here, but we can just ignore that. But yeah, here's my painting. It definitely doesn't look like the picture, but I didn't really want to exactly create that picture, so thank you for watching this video. It was an emotional roller coaster, and I didn't intend for it to be, but it was. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to like and subscribe. I want to give Brendan frosted tips, so please subscribe. Thanks.